Sustainability in agriculture not only ensures the health of humans through the food we consume, but it also maintains the integrity and well-being of an entire functioning ecosystem. With an abundant production of crops without the use of any pesticides, farmer Paul Kaiser explains some of the practices of agroecology at his farm in Sebastopol, California.
All of our farm fields are tractorless. We do hand labor fields, hand dug fields. What that means is we no longer use a tractor to clear out fence to fence, wall to wall, the entire space every year and then put back only the food crops that we want. But rather we've created permanent raised beds like this that we keep adding compost to and building the soil layers up while we're planting crops into it. This is spinach now growing. We'll do 3 or 4 harvests of the spinach once it gets large. When we're done with the last harvest, we'll pull the plants out, take them to the compost pile, and then we'll come back with a broad fork, which is a gravity fork. Basically, you just stand on it, the tines go in 12 inches in the ground, and you lean backwards, and it just sort of lifts and aerates the soil deeply without bringing up the subsoil to the surface, which helps in weed management. And it also means that if we keep adding compost layers, you're suppressing any weed seeds that might have been there as like a mulch so that they don't germinate. And by doing a hand labor field that doesn't rely on tractoring and that is compost-based soil, using transplants instead of direct seeds, we're able to get 3 to 7 crops per given unit of soil every 12-month cycle. Our neighbors who rely on tractors can do 1 or 2, maybe 3 crops per year. And we're doing 3 minimum, usually 5, 6, or even 7 per year. Much more productive. Our compost pile gets everything that's biological from our farm. So after you're done harvesting out a broccoli head and all the broccoli side shoots, you've got the entire plant left. That plant, compost pile. Plus, if we have a good composted system here, the compost will cook at 150 plus degrees for a while in a couple different turnings. That'll kill off all the weed seeds, kill off diseases, put it back in the fields, and that compost on top of our beds acts like a mulch without any weed seeds in it, so you have very few weeds. And all the nutrients get leached in as you water through it. So our chickens, when they're on pasture, they love going after all the weed seeds. They love going after all the insects, especially the pest insects, which is great. It helps close the loop and part of our integrated pest management and part of our re-nutrification of the soil. So one thing that's really important to think about in terms of animals on a farm is if you look at most farms in the US, they're almost all either a plant farm or an animal farm. Mother Nature doesn't segregate her plants from her animals. The byproduct of a plant is food for an animal, and the byproduct of animals is food for plants. It's a closed loop system. We are planting about 3 or 4 dozen different species of Sonoma County, our county, native pollinator-friendly plants. We select species that do bloom and offer their pollen nectar every month of the year.
In addition to creating environments for pollinators, hedgerows also provide a crucial home within the fields for other beneficial insects that prey upon common pests such as the rust fly and cucumber beetle. These so-called pests do exist here on the farm, but don't do significant damage. They are kept in check by the naturally occurring predators without the use of any pesticides, because they themselves are also part of the food chain in a healthy and diverse ecosystem.